What is up, YouTube adventure family? Today, it's been a long awaited day, not only for me, but for a lot of you. Today, we're gonna unbox and assemble the F4X Pro by Ghost Cat. Now, this is something special. This is what I think honestly is gonna be, without any question, unless a miracle happens, the e-bike of the year. Now, it just checks literally all the boxes. Full suspension, the best in the industry, I might add, when it comes to e-bikes. So we're gonna unbox the Ghost Cat F4X Pro here. Take out a couple things. I wanna bring you around here and just show you exactly how this is packaged. Got some accessories there. I already loosened up that box actually, but you can see it's packaged very, very well. Coming in here to the front. Zip tied, wrapped. Get a little peek of those Maxxis tires down there looking super good. And to see how everything is packaged from this angle as well. Give you a front angle. See, everything's wrapped. You got the front wheel and tire tucked away back there. Look at the size of that motor. Good gosh. That's impressive. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start unpackaging this beast and see what we got. And there's that big Maxxis Venture MT tire. I mean, that's legit motorcycle grade tire. That's, I mean, even smells like an actual car tire, not like a bicycle tire, like an actual car tire. It's freaking amazing. The spokes are actually thicker, even the front spokes. I expected the back ones with that big Hintech motor on the rear, but even the front spokes are much thicker. Nice job, guys. And check it out. Here's your 203 millimeter front rotor on that thing. Super awesome. Nice. Got another phone holder and even a place to keep some goodies and whatnot to put on the front of the Ghost Cat F4X Pro, just like the rest of the Ghost Cats. Love this thing. Front mud guard fender, some mounting hardware attached. Be sure you see that mounting hardware attached to that front fender so you don't lose it. Super important. A box of goodies. Let's see what we got here. Some pedals. Display. Nice. They upgraded the front plate on this thing. Nice. It's molded. Super thick too. Looks like it's just going to fit nice and snug. Custom fit. Nice, guys. Nice. Some tools. Some touch-up paint. Got some army green touch-up paint. That's super important. Got that multi-purpose tool that they put in there. Some extra zip ties. Nice. Ah, cool. Welcome to the Ghost Cat family. It's always nice to be appreciated, and I really love the Ghost Cat bike team. They're just a super, super great group. I've really, at this point, this being the third bike that I've got to review for these guys, I just really consider them not only business partners and affiliates with these guys, but really, I do consider them family, and that's always nice to be appreciated after the purchase. You know, after you spent your hard-earned money and you've bought something, just having that appreciation after the fact, that's really, really cool. Really cool. We got our chargers, the cord. It's a heavy-duty charger, actually. You'd expect that to 60 volt. And let's look at some of the stats here. So 4 amp charger, it's going to charge your battery up to 67.2 volts. So it being a 25 amp hour battery, you're probably looking at about 5 to 6 hours, you know, from bottom up. But most of the time, it's only going to take 3 to 4 hours to charge your battery back up after you ride it. But really nice battery. It's got a fan on it and everything. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and take that big honking battery off and start charging it. Look at the size of that thing. That thing is massive. That's a huge, huge 25 amp hour battery, 60 volts, boys and girls. It's a huge battery. We're going to take that thing off, make it a lot easier to assemble the e-bike. So let's take off that big old battery and start charging it on this 4 amp 60 volt charger. All right, I snipped the keys off the handlebars here, and then I'm gonna unlock this big old battery. Golly, that thing is huge. Comes out perfectly. Look at the size of that thing. That thing is just a freaking monster. Look at that. That thing is just huge. Huge battery. Huge. I mean, look at this bike. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love that army green. It's almost like a metallic army green, like a matte metallic. Just gorgeous. Got satin finish. Big old motors, chunky tires. We're going to go ahead and assemble that rear suspension so we can get it up and then throw the handlebars on. We'll flip this puppy up, get that front wheel on. Let's see what this thing looks like. All right, back here is the rear suspension, and I think last time, or the last couple times that I've done the Ghost Cats, it's just kind of lifting it up, taking a pin out, lining up the holes and popping in. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. There's the suspension. All right, there is the pin, and we got to get it in there. So let's go ahead and take this bolt out. And I'll show you kind of what you're dealing with. So what you have here is you have like a hollow nut bolt. I don't even know if that's a word, but anyways. The other side you have just a regular bolt. You know, just a regular bolt that goes inside this nut bolt carriagey thing. So remember, it goes in this side and this side. I don't think it really matters, but anyways, you get the idea. So we need to line it up here. So I'll get it as close as possible. All right. Just pop that all the way through, then we'll take our regular bolt and screw that in. And I think with the tool set they actually gave us, that we'll be able to tighten that down. And there we go. Got that on. Now we're going to go ahead and throw on the handlebars and flip this baby upside down. We'll attach the front wheel, we'll attach the kickstand, we'll attach the pedals, we'll attach the front fender. We'll see what this baby looks like. All right, come around here. Now we're going to attach the handlebars and get the display and everything set up. Just be sure that you get right side up before you mount these in. Don't get them upside down, then realize you got to remount them. Might be kind of a pain in the butt. So let's get that set up. We'll go ahead and loosen up these bolts out of the stem here. All right, just kind of tuck these wires behind the headlight and they give you a little bit more slack to work with. So you can get them kind of adjusted where you like them. I like always leaving my brake levers kind of level with the bike, maybe a little forward, but not too much. I do like them level with the bike. And of course, let's get it lined up there. You could always adjust it later, you know, so I mean, don't like, you know, get too worried about it. Looking good. Now we'll go ahead and flip the bike over and we'll throw on the front wheel, the front fender, the kickstand, and the pedals. And that battery's over here charging, so we should be ready here in a minute. Let's go. And it's our left one. Cool. We'll make it easier for wheelies. You're into that kind of thing. Just grab these big old chunky front forks. And this bike is so light without that battery especially. You can just kind of, you know, get it where you want to. And I leave the display off at this point when I'm flipping it over, just so I don't have the display, you know, tucked underneath here and getting damaged or whatever. Super easy to take off the display too after you assemble it. It's a couple screws. So let's go ahead and take out the through axle, and we'll take out the spacer here that keeps us from compressing the brake steering shipment or assembly. And we'll put the rotor and line it in with the calipers here too. Our Allen wrenches here. So we'll go ahead and unscrew these here a little bit, get those loose. And we'll tighten those back down. And we'll show you how to set those front forks too, where they get lined up with the front wheel. Not only will it keep that rotor from rubbing your caliper, but what it does is it lines up your suspension. The little trick that I'm going to show you, it's a little dirt bike trick with this type of suspension, but what it does is it will line up your suspension so you'll get that full range of travel in your suspension, that full range of motion, but it'll be nice and even and it won't be tweaked or whatever at all, because you'll line up your suspension. I'll show you how to do that. Very high quality. You can see you could adjust your front suspension if you've got a suspension pump, and you can do it on the rear too. I've had some people ask some questions about that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's been a little while, but I'll figure it out. Slide this thing up. It doesn't hurt to grease this. Now you're going to see there's a compression and a suspension here. Okay, so what you're going to see here in a minute is you're going to see one of these go up or down, twist sideways. So just be really careful when you're pulling these through. You can see there it's not perfectly lined up. This actually went up a little bit. That's your suspension. Went up a little bit, and this is your compression. So, all right, we got that through axle out. Next, we're going to take out this little spacer right here. There's a little spacer right here. I'll show you right here. Pop that out. What that does, that just protects those calipers from closing, like in shipment or whatever. Now that we're over here, I'm going to show you from this angle just how I'm going to line up the rotors and the calipers. So I'm going to take this rotor right here, line it up in that slot of the caliper where we took that space out. Gives up a nice little cushion here in between the brake pads, so we're lined up there. Let's pop it through there. But like I said, hold on to the end. We're just going to get these kind of snug right now, but hold on to the end because I'm going to show you a little trick with this type of suspension here that'll get you lined up and set you up for success. So wait to the end here because it's going to be the last thing that I do on this assembly. And not only will it make your ride more fun, your bike is going to last a lot longer and it's going to thank you for it. And don't forget to put your axle nut back in. And we're going to get it nice and snug, but we're not going to torque it. But nice and snug. Alright, what you'll do is you'll bring this kickstand, bring it around the back of this plate, and you'll screw it in from this side here. I'm going to take that bolt, we'll put the locking washer on, and we'll put a regular washer on. Put the kickstand behind the plate. And then we'll catch into the kickstand in the back there. And just kind of finger tighten that bad boy. Then on the back side we'll put a washer and then the locking nut. A lot of people get confused on this kickstand. I mean, I did at first, the first, few e-bikes that I put together. Got a little confused on how that went. But now that I've done like 30 of these things, it's pretty easy. All right, we'll put that washer and that locking nut on the back. We'll get our Lucky Ducky tool set here. Get our Allen wrench here and our little multi-tool here. We'll see which one of these lines up with that. Not that one. That one. Yeah, so it'll be this one right here that will line up with that locking nut on the back. Pretty cool. Alright, definitely want to get this tight. Alright, you can see here are the pedals. Pretty cool, huh? Get those nice and tight. And secure. Boom. Okay, now keep in mind, that comes attached to the mud guards, so don't lose those. Now some people are going to want to put the mud guard on, some people aren't going to want to put the mud guard on, but I'm choosing to, because even though it doesn't rain a lot here in Colorado, it does, and there's a lot of creeks and stuff like that, that if I go off-road on this thing, which I totally plan on doing, that I'm going to want that little extra protection. Alright, it's just easier to put on this mud guard in the upside down position, as you can see. It's just easier to line it up and easier to secure it and stuff. There it is. So it definitely comes with all of the tools that you need to do everything. Alright. Get that nice and secure. Alright. Again, just come over to the back side of the bike. Lift it up. We know the rear brake is the left, so we'll control it with that. Grab your other handlebar and step off to the side. And like I said, without the battery in there, this bike is so light, so you shouldn't have any trouble doing that. That battery's still charging. I figured it'd be a good time to come over and put on that front display here. And we got the control. Let's see, this display, it looks like it goes like this. And it looks like you have your control on the left here with the plus, minus. Yeah, that's the way it's going to go. So you got your control over here on the left, and mounting it, the thicker part of the screen goes on the bottom, I believe. And right here's your green plug-in, so let's go ahead and whip that over there and get that display secure. Okay, so you get the tiniest Allen wrench in the kit. You'll remove these two tiny little bolts here. Don't lose them. So do it somewhere where they're not going to fall down in a drain or the great abyss or anything, because you will have to remove these. Right now we'll just take these bolts, insert it in the back, and snug it up, and just get it about, left and right where it's nice and even, and tilt it up and down about where you would like it. You could always go back and adjust them, whatever. Right there. Alright, and then you'll just match up these two green plugs right here. There's a little tab that you'll insert into the green. There's also some arrows. Pop-a-doodle-doo. Alright, we got a display on. Check that out. Yellow cord here. And a yellow cord there, you can see, and it's like your display. You got little yellow tabs and you got some arrows. Just match those up. Pop those in there. Perfect. Alright, let's see what this is about here. I'm glad that they made this an Allen wrench and not like a Phillips head. Less likely to strip, but just more secure in my opinion anyways, when they use like an Allen bolt as opposed to like a Phillips head or a flathead bolt. Alright, just get this lined up how I want it. Plus minus headlight. Alright, minus on the bottom for sure, so I don't get confused. Lord knows. Just kind of flip it around. Be pretty easy with it, flipping it around. Don't force it too much. It is just plastic, so calm down with your gorilla paws. Alright, I want to get that about as close to my thumb as possible. Alright, and at a slight angle, facing about the same angle as the display. And the front number plate here, just to tuck everything in and make it look good. And that's definitely new. Look at that, pops right in. Now I know what some of these zip ties were for, especially these thick ones. Ha 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 ha. So you got these thick zip ties that come in the package, and now I know why. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. So you slide them, I guess. Slide what the zip tie through here. And these are release zips too. So you can see here, just know that you could release them too, so maybe don't cut them back all the way. Or you could get them and just kind of tuck them in. Actually, I'm just going to tuck mine in. That way if I ever have to take this off, I don't have to look for more zip ties. So that's good. I just noticed that. That's pretty clever. I'll do this side too. They really put a lot of thought and detail to this. This is a big project for them, I know. And telling you, the quality of this thing, just feeling this stuff, they did their research and homework all right. This thing is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to take this thing out in the Colorado backcountry. Alright, tuck those all in. Let's make sure all of those are tucked in. Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to put our phone in gear mount here. It also comes like a little rain sack, because you put not only over your gear bag, but over your display if you get caught in a rainstorm. And I've found that to be helpful more than once. I'll put this on here, and then I'll put the battery on, and I'm going to adjust that suspension up front like I told you. And this is some straps you wrap around, back through and around, and Velcro that baby on. You got one that goes around the stem. Do that one first, so we can get it up where we want it, and then we'll do the other two. Alright, on these batteries, I know you're probably sick of everybody showing you this, but with the key, it's a little tab that goes in and out. That's how you lock it. So you want it unlocked pin. Again, this is your on and off button. And this battery here also comes with a USB charger, so you can take this battery totally off your bike, charge up some lights, go camping or whatever, so that's super cool. Alright. So we'll come in here, just make sure you're lining up those bottom pins with those pins there. You kind of see where they go, just go a little high of them. Alright. Lock it in, give it a couple jerks to see if that's going to be in there really good, because last thing you want is being on that trail and that big old battery popping out of there. So just make sure that thing's in there really good. That's in there really good. There it is, boys and girls. Ghost Cat F4X Pro. Let's adjust that suspension and get it just right for those mountains. I've got a little trick to show you. Let's go down here for a minute. Remember, we left this a little loose. We just had it snug, not torqued or anything. There's a little play in there now. So what we're going to do is we're going to bounce up and down on this thing, roll it back and forth, squeeze the front brakes, just bouncing around. What happens is the suspension will line up itself and find its happy place. And once it does, we'll go back here and we'll lock down that through axle bolt and these two side bolts and lock it all down so it stays in its happy place. A little dirt bike trick. Let's do it. Now, I know a lot of you that are dirt bikers and stuff like that already know this trick, so, you know, it's not really for you. It's just more for everybody that doesn't. So a lot of it is just bouncing it around, put in its play, slamming the brakes forward and backwards, and a little bit more bounce. And what happens is that suspension and that rebound finds its own little happy place, and then we could go back down in there and tighten it all up just to keep it in its little happy place. So the first one that we're going to tighten up is going to be our through axle bolt. So we'll tighten up both sides of that. Same thing on the other side. Snug, snug. All right, nice, looking good. There it is, boys and girls. That's it right there. It's in its happy place now. Suspension's set, everything's dialed in. Got everything the way I like it. Go ahead and turn on this display here. I'm not going to go through the P settings just yet. That's going to be on our next episode. But check it out. There it is. We're already at 62.2 volts on that charge. Let's throw that battery back on and get ready for the first ever review of the Ghost Cat F4X Pro on the Colorado Adventure channel. And Army Green's looking good, boys and girls. Use my discount code Colorado in any of Ghost Cat's e-bikes, including the F4X Pro, the F3.2, and the F3.2 Pro. Got a lot to choose from. They make some great bikes. They got some fantastic colors. So please, use my discount code Colorado. Save you 50 bucks. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about the Ghost Cat F4X Pro. Have you got yours yet? Put in your order now. Coming in at $29.99. It's no doubt the best e-bike under $3,000. And right now it looks like it's going to be the best e-bike of 2025 because nobody else is coming out with anything that even looks close to this. All that suspension, all that power, those tires, just looking good and looking great. Perfect for here in Colorado. Hope you enjoyed that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. To our next adventure. This is Chris, the Colorado Adventure Channel, and Ghost Cat F4X Pro. To our next adventure. Peace.